Welcome to Rooted in Liberty, the podcast where small town stories meet unbelievable truths. Here, we sit back, relax, and share the kind of tales you just can't make up. These are the true, yet extraordinary moments from our own lives. Stories that could only happen in a place like Liberty, Kentucky.
Good evening. Welcome to you live from
the Rooted in Liberty studio.
The makeshift Rooted in Liberty studio. We're in the church. We moved from the church to the garage.
We didn't get kicked out.
No, they didn't kick us out, not yet.
It's just more comfortable out here.
More comfortable, more room.
Yeah.
We got stuff spread out everywhere.
We got room for activities.
Yeah. You'll see a picture here later.
Yeah.
But that's why there's a ladder and there's a couple of lawnmowers and a sprayer and there's a bunch of stuff back there. So, first of all, I think I saw on Facebook, 145 followers, something like that.
Yeah, all your friends.
All my friends. Well, I hit the invite all button.
Right.
540 people.
Right.
I've only got a
0.5%
of them.
Right.
So, the rest of you need to push that button. Like it.
All right. Like, share, comment.
Yeah. But now we have had a lot of interest.
We have.
A lot of people say, well, hey, you need to have so-and-so on there. You need to do this. You need to do that. Well, we'll get to it. We'll get to you eventually.
We're trying to work it out.
Yeah. But want to thank all of you, those of you that have been supportive thus far and that said, hey, I liked your podcast and I liked your show. We're going to try to keep it going.
Keep it going. Hopefully get one. Ideal is to get one episode out a week.
Yeah, that's the plan. And right now it's a whopping probably 40 some degrees in here.
You're right.
Our
outside's probably 30.
Yeah, our drinks will be good and cold in here.
Yeah.
But we don't have any service. I don't have any cell.
So
wife can't text me.
How are you gonna be?
Yeah.
The bad thing is mine. She's probably gonna listen, but she can just come out here and bang on the door.
She could.
It's too cold.
Time to go to bed.
It's too cold though.
Yeah.
But we're worldwide.
Worldwide
podcast.
So your stats on
my stats, yeah.
Spotify.
I don't know. It's with Apple and Spotify combined.
So it said like 98%
U.S. And then we got a 1.7%
Russia. I can't speak Russian. I wish I could. I started to say something in German, but no, that ain't right.
You should. That's been funny.
Yeah. Somebody told me I needed to
worldwide
in a British accent on here. I said, well, I'm going to learn British. But
Brian.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Brian, Brian Sears, we'll give a little shout out to him or a call out. We'll say,
all right.
Brian, he's my buddy, and I ain't known him. I've only known him maybe 2 or 3 years. I met him at the campground, and we've been buddies ever since. And our girls are, well, he's just a big goofball as I am, is what the problem.
Right.
But Brian's daughter and my daughter, same class, same grade, they're friends. And, if you don't know him, he's the SRO over at the middle school, high school, the student resource officer. He sits in that little guard shack.
Yeah, he's the one you meet when you pull on campus.
He's the one that lets you in or tells you to leave. But Brian, he was supposed to, I asked him today, I said, hey, you want to come be on my show tonight?
All right.
Well, yeah, maybe. And then he texted us and said, hey, can I come? And sure,
Right.
And
I asked, and you're like, yeah, I done asked him.
Yeah, he in here.
There he is. So he's right here. Imagine
him. Wish we had him. Well, I can't say that.
What?
I can't say it. I'll get in trouble.
Photoshop.
We'll get Photoshop him in or something. But, or we may just do a little, you might have to put a picture of him. That way people know who he is.
Yeah, Brian, what do you think about that?
Yeah.
That's a good answer, Brian.
What do you think? Good boy. You can put a picture of him on there and just everybody knows exactly who he is, and you fuss at him for not showing up. But I like old Brian. He's a goofball, and we pick on each other all the time, and he's all around good guy. I guess if we want to get started on storytelling, that's what we're here for, and
it's what you're known for.
You all probably don't want to listen to us just babble back and forth, because
we could do that.
We could just sit there and, there's a washing machine sitting right there. We could just start talking about washing machines.
Oh, something you don't know about.
I don't know anything about washing machines.
No.
I know mine's in the basement, and I don't like it because you get your steps in.
Oh, yeah.
Down, up, and down.
Do you have one of those in your bathroom or your master bedroom, just the hole cut in the floor where you can drop your liner down?
That's a good idea. I hadn't thought of that. I'm going to go on, get the chainsaw out of the truck and tell Ashley, hey, cover the kids' ears. We're going to get a hold of the floor. Yeah, that's a good idea.
You ain't seen that before?
Well, I think I have. I just haven't thought about it.
I've seen people take like a cabinet door and put it over it.
Yeah, blends in.
Right.
You talking about in the wall?
In the wall or in the floor.
Yeah.
What you should do is get you a toilet seat where you can lift it up.
Lift it up. Put it on a chain. I'll just pull down, it raises up.
And then just kick all your...
Well, then if the wall's coming for me, I got a place to hide.
I don't know if you'll fit through that hole.
Yeah. All right.
But
enough about washing machine.
all right.
I'm going to go ahead and tell the car wash story just to get it out of the way. And I want to...
It was world famous.
And I'm going to be discreet in the telling. I don't want to mention the business names that were involved, and that way nobody gets upset.
It's only a few you could choose from.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just not going to call them out directly.
No.
So
use your imagination.
Yeah. So back when I used to carry the mail, we talked about that a little bit. This has only been maybe 4 or 5 years ago when this happened. And you've heard the story, right?
I have a couple times.
All right. Well, I'll talk directly.
All you got to do is talk to that camera over there.
So I was carrying the mail, and I had a little Chevy Trailblazer. And if you don't know, carrying the mail is hard on not a Trailblazer, a Blazer. And if you didn't know, carrying the mail is hard on a vehicle.
Yeah.
When you're, that, I like to say it like this, that, or I think Biscuit said it to best, my Blazer had a lean to it. It didn't set level going down the road, it had a lean to it. And why you drop in them ditches, to certain mailboxes, and Biscuit called it a gangster lean.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, anyways, the thing kind of set like this going down the road. And hard on brakes, or mail routes hard on brakes. Somebody told me, when I first got started, I asked I had to change my brakes. And I thought, well, this is...
Why am I changing them so much?
Why am I changing them? And it's because, that one particular route I was on had 500 stops. So that's 500 stops a day, not counting your other stops. And some guy told me, one of the guys, I don't remember who it was, said, when you're carrying a mail route full time, you'll change your brakes every 45 days.
Gotcha.
Now that's crazy. That gets a little expensive.
Well,
so anyways, I was carrying the mail, and my Blazer messed up. I don't remember what happened to it. It wasn't brakes, but I think it was something else. And I had to work the next day. So I had a buddy, Dwight. He was carrying the mail, and he had 2 mail vehicles.
Okay. And
little Honda CRVs.
Oh, yeah. I like those cars.
Yeah. And I'd never been in one, but I called him, and I said, hey, Dwight, I said, I got a problem. I got to be at work tomorrow. My car's broke down. Can I borrow your secondary little mail buggy? He said, yeah, no problem. Come get it. So we went and got this little 99 model, all-wheel drive.
Oh, man.
I mean, it was perfect for carrying the mail. And I'm trying to keep talking, but I'm cold. I'm kind of shivered. Chris ain't cold because he got heated vest. Heated vest.
Maybe in Milwaukee needs a sponsor.
Milwaukee could sponsor us, yeah.
All right.
I'd wear a heated vest. I'm wearing a double thick Arbor wear hoodie. I'll talk more about them later. Maybe
it's your story.
Sorry. Yeah. So, Earl. Is that Elliot? Is that his name?
I guess.
Elliot, the one-antlered deer.
You're right.
All right. Back to the story. I was carrying the mail. My car tore up. I needed to borrow one, so I borrowed one from Dwight. I went and got it, went to work.
Okay.
I kept this thing for like a month because mine, it took forever.
He liked it so much.
I liked it.
He's like,
The heat worked in it.
oh, okay.
But I kept it for about a month. And when I got mine fixed, I had to take it back to him. And I thought, well, the right thing to do, and I need to get it cleaned up. It's muddy on the inside from carrying the mail. And so I went to town. I filled it up with gas. Didn't cost nothing to fill it up.
All right.
But I filled it up with gas.
Okay.
And I vacuumed it out and whatnot. And I thought, I'm going to run this thing through the wash because it was a little dirty.
Right.
So there in Liberty, we got there's X amount of car washes, and they was this new one. I'd never, normally you go through an auto wash and it's,
All right.
it just sprays. Well, this one had brushes that turned and went over the top, and I thought, that stuff you only see in the movies. I thought, well, Chris, that's really all they got out there.
Right. Well, you mean I got to spray it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So had brushes, and I thought, I ain't never been through one of them. I'm going to go through that. So
Well,
I pulled up there, and the door was closed. Somebody was in there, so I put my money in and picked the wash, and a few minutes later, doors come up. I pull in, doors come down, and thing starts to washing. A minute or two later, big old brush comes across the top and down the sides, and I heard a noise.
I wish you had a web or a dash cam.
Yeah. Well, I wish I had the footage from inside the car wash, because didn't know that. There's in case you didn't know,
There's cameras.
most of the time there's cameras in a car wash. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But anyways, I hear a noise, and I immediately knew what that noise was. If you've ever seen a mail buggy going down the road, there's a blinking light on top. Mine was magnetic, and it plugged in through the back glass into a power point. That top brush knocked that light off. Not a big deal, right? Wrong. The side brush, sorry.
It's all good.
The side brush, when the top brush knocked the light off, the side brush grabbed a hold of it. And it jerked it out of the car, which still fine, no big deal. But as the side brush came back down the side of the car, the light, just picture this. The big old brush is spinning 100 mile an hour, and tied to it by a cord is this light.
It's like,
And it's coming. It's coming down the side of the car. And I can hear it. It's bam, bam, bam. And I was doing this. Well,
video of you.
So I'm doing this because I know if it hits that glass, it's going to shatter the window. So
I wish it did.
yeah, it'd have been a better story. I'd have got wet. So I'm doing this. I'm covering up in case it busts a window, and it comes down the side of the car. It goes to the front, and here it comes back again. Ding, ding, bang, bang, bang. I'm just, at that point, what can you do? You're just stuck. So I sat there and I waited.
Right to the video, you're just,
Yeah.
this guy watching
Sitting there, yeah. Or I'm sitting like this. So anyways, car wash ends. Doors come up. I pull out. The first thing I did was there wasn't nobody behind me. So first thing I did, I got out and I started looking at the car. And like I said, this was a 99 model. It wasn't perfect, but it wasn't mine.
Right.
And it had a couple little chips, nothing bad, just some little dings. And really, who knows, they may have already been there. I don't know. So I thought, well, I better go get that, the parts, the pieces.
Right.
So as I'm going back over, the door's closed with me outside.
Oh, I mean, what if you got stuck
Inside? Can you imagine somebody going through a car wash, you look over and there I am waving?
Not just some little dude, some big old dude.
Big guy.
Big guy.
So door's closed. And I look inside and I can see the light, the lens, and everything laying there. And I thought, well, it's on,
It's on the ground
in there. So what I did, though, I walked around the building and I looked for phone number and whatnot to call. And
Nothing.
well, I mean, I'll skip that part.
Right.
But I ended up calling a number and it didn't work, or I couldn't get a hold of anybody. So, damage is done. I'm out. The parts are on the floor. I leave. So I go back to Dwight's. I dropped the car off. I said, hey, this is what happened. Just want to let you know. He said, oh, look, it's fine. It's an older vehicle, no big deal. All right, thanks for letting me use it. See you later. So I go home. And I think it was, I'm gonna tell the story like it was that later on that evening. Okay. It may have been the next day, but let's just say later on that evening, I'm at home and I'm out busting wood, or I'm loading wood, or I'm doing something. And phone rings. And it's a 270 number. And, I answer about every call I get because tree jobs and stuff like that. And I answered it, and it was this guy. And he said, hey, this is so-and-so from
such and such
Farm Bureau.
Okay.
Insurance. I don't have Farm Bureau insurance. So, anyways, I said, hey, how you doing? Whatever. And he said, hey, I just need to talk to you. Is this Josh? And I said, yes, Josh. He said, well, I just want to talk to you about the car wash. I thought, well, how's he know about the car wash?
How's he know?
Well, how's he know what happened to the car wash? So, and I don't remember all the details we talked. And just to be honest, I scared to death because you talking about insurance, he's wanting my insurance information and blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, what's up? And he said, you went through the car wash. We got you on video, and come find out that's who insured the car wash.
Okay.
He went through the video, and they saw me scared because and knew what happened. And I said, okay. I said, so what's up? And he said, that what happened is the next vehicle that come through, there was a little piece of that light still on that brush, and it dinged up the next car. I thought, oh man,
right.
Now I'm really getting scared.
Right.
And, I can't remember who I had insurance through at the time. It was a pretty big name. I don't know, Geico or whatever. But, I didn't have my information to give him. And I told him, I said, well, I'll call you back. Their claims are wanting to get filed and people's looking for money and somebody to blame. And I reckon he'd already talked to the wife. He knew that, I guess maybe he read the tag on the car. I don't know. But, and I didn't want the wife to be in trouble. I didn't want the wife,
right. His insurance.
Yeah. I was driving. It was my fault. It was his car, but it was my fault. I just wanted him out of it, and I'd have done whatever I needed to do for that. So I told him, I said, I'll call you back tomorrow with my insurance information because I don't know exactly who I got or what the account number and all that is. He said, okay. I said, hey, real quick, got a question. Whose car got dinged up? And, I tell the story like this. It couldn't have been Billy Joe's old Ford pickup truck that he just decided to wash that day.
Right. Mutter, a little
rusty. It couldn't have been some high school boy's mudding truck that he just needed to get washed. It was a local funeral home's brand new Cadillac hearse.
Brand new.
We're talking
10 miles, right?
I don't remember how many miles. We're talking
brand new.
$100,000 car or more. I don't know. And I reckon the old boy driving the car, I don't remember his name, but he was doing the same thing I was doing. That thing come down the side of his car. He was he was doing the same thing I was doing according to the video. And I always wanted to see that video. I
wish we could find a way to get that video.
Yeah. I never got to see it. So anyways, I thought, boy, this can't get any worse. And that's the end of the story really. But next day I called them and, gave them my insurance information, and my insurance fought it. Said it wasn't, my whatever. I don't know how they do all that stuff.
Right.
And I don't know who won. I didn't have to pay anything.
And I think that
got off pretty good.
And I think that what you said, that Hearst, whatever, was so new that they were able to return it.
Well, I forgot about that. So they ended up, instead of, he told me, I found out it was like $6,000 worth of damage. 5,800 and something from, dings and whatnot. Of course, Cadillac, it's going to be more expensive.
Oh, yeah.
They ended up sending it back, I think, and they ended up with a Pontiac or something like that.
All right.
It ain't the one they got, or the one I tore up ain't the one they got now. So,
all right.
Anyways,
so the moral of the story is, if you go to the car wash, you want to make sure you got everything.
Yeah. Remember, mailman, remember the blinky light on top or on the side of your car.
It's up there.
Now, or just don't go through the car wash that's got the brushes. Just avoid that.
Do you have a phobia going through car washes?
Well, I don't think I've been through one. It took me a long time to go back through a car wash.
I bet it did.
So that Sunday morning, the following Sunday morning, of course, I was leading the singing,
right,
and I had to get up there and tell a story. So I had a good one.
You had a good one,
right? I got up there and I said, "Well, here, let me tell you all this story." And I mentioned something about the car wash, and my mom upset back there, and she said, "Oh, I heard something about a mailman in the car wash, and I didn't think it was my son, but sure enough, it was."
Sure enough, I should have known better.
It was me. I did it.
Somebody commented on we should get your mom on here.
Well, yeah, Lord, my hand is cold.
I'm nice and toasty.
I bet. Yeah, Mama, she's probably got some stories, but I don't know how she'd do in front of a camera.
It's not there.
She might get stage fright, but
it's not there.
But I'd say she's got some stories. I told Dad, I said, we'll get you on there and we'll talk about something because, and I tell people, I say, if you want to get on there and talk,
right.
We're going to screen you stories before we get you on here because not that we're not live, but, we don't want to have to do a bunch of editing.
I ain't doing no editing.
Yeah.
It's going out there, buddy. Coyotes.
That wasn't a coyote. That was your dial.
You should have saw your face.
Well, I heard an echo of a roar, and I thought, well, hear him. Well, if y'all can hear that dog, we're sorry. But the good thing is, they can't nothing get to us.
Right.
If something comes in there, we're going to kill these lights. And we're going to leave it recording. And
you'll see eyeballs.
You'll see eyeballs, and there'll be something get thrown. And
hey, I'll tell you, I'm not used to being out here in the country. We were out here one night, and I heard it made my hair stand up on the back of my neck.
Mm-hmm.
Those coyotes.
Yep.
And it sounded like they were right there.
Yep. Now, where'd the sound come from?
I don't know. It was too close. Well, I was over in the yard.
Well, I'd say they were either across the road in that holler, or
they're back here.
Yeah, when they get the hooting and the hollering,
and they get my dog going.
Yep, they'll scare you a little bit. Now, another thing is a fox.
Okay.
Sounds just like a woman screaming.
So you going to tell that story?
What story?
About your wife? And that fox behind your house? She was cleaning her. She was cleaning her car out, she said, and she heard this girl scream. Or was that Kaylee?
No, it was a fox. Yeah. She come running in the house, like fell down, getting up the steps. I believe that's how it goes, but I don't remember all. She could tell that story.
All right.
But a fox and a bobcat.
Bobcat.
Oh, Lord. Now, bobcat, they'll make that.
I haven't heard one of those yet.
Well, I've heard them in the woods.
Yeah.
And it's a weird, if you're up in a tree or something like that waiting on a deer and you hear that, you start looking for it because it's a weird sound.
Yeah.
But a fox will flat scare you to death.
Yeah.
So, what you got there? You got a note?
I got little notes here. And, today we're recording this. It's Tuesday. So Thursday's Thanksgiving.
That is.
So I was going to ask you, tell me your favorite food, Thanksgiving food. What do you look forward to the most?
Well, I'm not a big turkey guy because turkey makes you sleepy.
Okay.
I've heard that, and it does me. And like we had a Thanksgiving dinner the other day at my in-laws, and I ate we smoked 2 turkeys. Tommy smoked 2 turkeys, and they were wonderful.
They were good.
They were great.
I got to partake in that, and they were fantastic.
Yeah. But I only eat 3 or 4 little pieces because I'm a sides guy. I'm a meat and potatoes kind of guy.
But they had the sides, man.
But I'm not a big fan of turkey.
Okay.
So, I'll eat it.
Did you like it that way?
I did. It was good. It was good and juicy and had good flavor. But I'm a sides guy. So, when it comes to Thanksgiving. Now, I'm gonna say this, but torn between on Thanksgiving food items, my favorite, I'm torn between stuffing, dressing, because we don't stuff it in a turkey.
All right.
Dressing.
How do you, I liked what they had the other day.
What's that?
The little dressing muffin thing.
Yeah, them balls of dressing, I don't know what they are, but they're wonderful. Dressing or sweet potato casserole.
Not a big sweet potato person.
Really?
Yeah, I like sweet potato like French fries, but never really like sweet potato casserole.
Well, what about a baked sweet potato?
Yeah, like from Texas Roadhouse.
Split that dude over
with butter
and cinnamon.
I ain't done with the cinnamon.
Oh, that's where it's at. Or even the cinnamon butter.
I like the cinnamon butter.
Yeah, that's where it's at. So, but what about you?
Mine,
you ever make food?
Dumplings. If they're made right.
Like chicken and dumplings?
Yeah, but just the dumplings.
Just the dumplings.
Dumplings.
Me and Ashley tried to make chicken and dumplings the other day first time. We found a recipe online. I'm eating a Werther's.
I can hear it.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Anyways, we tried a recipe online, and I said, I want to make the dumplings.
Okay.
Well, I'd never done it. I followed this recipe and made the dough, blah, blah, blah. And I put them things in there. Paint just made like pinches of that dough. When I put them in there, they was about the size of about half size of a golf ball, we'll say.
Okay.
I wasn't thinking about them going to swell up, span. Them things
they were like rolls.
They was almost like a tennis ball. We got done with them, and they just...
donut holes, the big rolls.
Yeah, they wouldn't even count. But it was all right, but we're going to try a different recipe next time.
Yeah.
You like cooking?
I do. And I got a story about potatoes, mashed potatoes. Taters. I grew up, my mom, she, our mashed potatoes came out of a box with water.
Yum.
Right? That's all. I had a lot of butter.
Yeah.
So when we first got married, my wife sent me to the store and said, go get stuff to make mashed potatoes. I said, okay. Well, I come back with a box and I hand it to her. And she said, what is this? I said, it's instant mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
She said, no, go back to the store and get real potatoes.
Yeah.
I didn't know no better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're not raised at it,
You're right.
Yeah.
And then I got introduced to her grandma's cooking.
Yeah.
And I put on about 30 pounds.
Yeah. And you still got it.
I was waiting for that. It got away.
I like to say that
You're right.
I don't want to say being fat's a disability. I got false teeth. That's a disability. Or wearing glasses.
Right. Nothing.
I might tell that in a minute too.
Right. Oh,
Just to perk things up.
yeah.
But back to being fat. I got a big old belly here, and Chris does too. You can probably see it in the camera. But suck it in. But anyways, I've always said, if you got something like that wrong with you, whether it be false teeth or you're missing a limb or you're a little chubby, have fun with it.
Okay.
You can't get mad about it because,
No.
maybe this is a feel-good motivational episode here. There's a guy come in that brings me to a story. See, that's what I like about this.
All right. Tell me a story.
He was a guy when I worked in Danville at Wausau Paper.
What is it called?
Wausau Paper.
Wausau.
WAUSAU.
Like wasabi paper?
Sure.
Okay.
They made, you go to Walmart or you go to the bathroom anywhere commercially,
Yeah.
the toilet paper you get to use.
The like half
what
ply.
they made. Yeah, the John Wayne half ply, see-through.
Right.
They made that stuff, and they also sold the dispensers and whatnot.
Okay.
Well, I worked in a warehouse in Danville. They made the paper in Harrodsburg. I worked in a warehouse in Danville, just loading, unloading trucks, stuff like that. I got a couple good stories from that place, but I about lost my story.
You're fine.
So I was sitting in the office one night, worked night shift, worked horrible shift. You worked Monday, Tuesday.
Okay.
12-hour shift, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. or 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Work Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, Thursday, work Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
Monday, Tuesday, work Wednesday, Thursday, off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. When you're off on that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you have those 3 days to transition to either nights or to days.
That'd be awful.
So every 2 weeks,
Your body's guessing.
switched from days and nights. Horrible shift. Because all you ever did when you was off work is sleep. Or that's all I did.
All right.
So, but I rode with a boy that I knew from here, and he worked up there. And anyways, it was a forklift driving job. But we're sitting in the office one night. This old man, he comes in there and walks in like this, holding his bill for packing slip. He's a truck driver. He come walking in and he said, howdy. And I said, hey, how you doing? He said, I feel a little short-handed.
All right.
And he pulled his arm out and he didn't have no hand. And I was like, oh my goodness, what do you do? Do you laugh? Do you say, do you need a hand?
All right. I got one you could spare.
What do you? And at that time I didn't have good comeback or anything. So he got me good.
He got you good.
But the man had something wrong with him. He had a hand missing. I should ask him. I don't know if I did how he lost it, but he had a hand missing. He was enjoying it. They having fun with it because, he ain't like a starfish. He ain't just going to grow it back.
Right.
But if you got a little chubby and or
what are you trying to say?
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it. It's got uses. I ain't figured out mine yet.
Oh, I'll tell you what the use is when you're on the recliner
Mm-hmm.
and you got a bowl of cereal. You got a
Bowl of cereal.
Yeah.
Put that thing right there and you ain't got to touch it. You can just.
What's your opinion with those bowls with the straws? Remember those when you were a kid?
Nope.
Never had one? No. I got two in the house.
We were too poor, but we either had straws or bowls. We didn't have the whole thing.
The whole thing.
What do you call that?
I don't know.
Well, what do you do with it?
I just put it in the cabinet. It's like for cereal. So you can drink the milk.
After?
Or I guess Darren.
Do you drink the milk after?
I do.
I do too.
Because it's special, like get some Cocoa Puffs or something.
Yeah.
Chocolate
milk. See, I love drinking the milk now, or take like Cheerios and that
Yeah.
milk, put a little sugar in that milk, gets sweet.
All right. I can't drink milk regular by itself. Yeah.
So I
I got sick when I was a kid,
Yeah.
and I guess it's that instinct.
Yeah. So are you
I ain't lactose or nothing.
what kind of milk guy are you?
Where's the blue cat? Fake milk, water.
Yeah, it's what percent? 2% means they're out of that gallon, 2% of it might be milk.
Right. The rest of it is
Water and whatever else. I'm a whole milk kind of guy.
Red cap.
I got a story about milk.
All right.
I love this.
All right.
So this includes Bart. Bart will tell you about
Okay.
this. Bart Woodruff, if anybody knows him, he's a magistrate here. He's
I asked him today if he wanted to come on this. He said, "No, sir, not me."
well, I'll tell you what, I mean, we'd have to scoot our chairs or turn a big light on for his.
Anyways, go ahead.
Anyways, yeah, I won't pick on him too bad. But Bart, he's another good guy.
Yeah, he is.
He's a great American.
He
That's
is.
what he tells everybody else. Milk. So I'm a whole milk kind of guy, but Biscuit, I mentioned him a few times. Philip Reese, that's his name. Biscuit used to have some heifers. I got two stories.
Okay.
Biscuit used to have some heifers.
We're only 20 minutes in. Well, it was 30 minutes, so we're good.
Well, we'll be all right. We'll go an hour and a half. We have to.
All right.
Biscuit had some heifers, and he works where he works. He has push snow, stuff like that. So in the wintertime, if they were calving or whatever, he couldn't always be around. I've always helped him on his farm.
All right.
So I would go up there and help with it there. Well, help feed, help fence, whatever.
All right.
And I've always enjoyed working with cows, and I don't have any now. I wish I had 100 of them, but I just enjoyed it. Other animals like horses, I ain't got no use for a horse.
Yeah, I noticed that. Ain't nobody likes horses around here.
Well, no, we can't afford the racing horses down here. I mean, there's a few people that's got horses just to
Right.
play with, but I mean, really, it's like having a dog. It's just
A big dog.
pet that
Right.
you're feeding that you can't eat them. Well, I guess you could. Got a story about that too. So
That story.
I got a story for everything.
All right, go back to the first story.
Milk.
Milk.
Got milk. So
You and Bart.
I'm gonna forget. Yeah. So biscuits. We're anyways. I'll tell the milk part first. There was one of his heifers, and these are first time heifers, meaning they've never had a calf before.
Okay.
And a lot of times, a first time heifer, they don't know what's going on. They got bred, and then when it comes time to,
All right.
have this calf, they some of them go nuts, and there's people will test that. Some of them take it good, but some of them just go plumb stupid.
Okay.
And there was this one heifer. She had this calf, and she didn't let it suck.
Okay.
Didn't let it, get its colostrum, and it never had. What's a word I'm looking for? Nurtured, not nurtured.
Natured.
No.
Anyway.
Country terms, the calf didn't suck.
Okay.
So the udder on the cow, just kept filling up milk, and the teat is the best way to put it. It's they
Two podcasts.
well, it's not a bad word. It's teat. It's what you call the part of the udder. So I mean, if you have a better term,
Go ahead.
it out.
Go ahead.
So anyways, there's normally 4 or 5 on a udder, and they had filled up or swelled up so bad that the calf couldn't get his mouth over
Okay.
to drink. So we had to get the calf up. We had to, we didn't, I don't think we had any powdered milk at the time or whatnot for the calf. So, best thing to do is get the cow up in the chute, milk her.
All right. And then feed a bottle.
Yeah. So Bart, he come down there, and he didn't do nothing. He just sat on the tractor or on the side of something. He sat on something there in a chair, and he just watched the whole time. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
If Bart ever wants you to do something, he probably going to be you doing it. So, he come down there, and we got the cow in the chute, and he's sitting over there, and I started milking it, and didn't take long because it's full of milk.
Right.
And I got them big calf bottles.
Oh, okay.
We got one of them full. And like I said, the calf had never sucked. So the colostrum, the important milk, what the calf or the baby needs, with all them nutrients, that's the first part of the milk that comes out there. And it's kind of got a yellow tint to it.
Okay.
So I'm holding that thing, and it's warm. And Bart said, "I'll give you $1 if you take a drink of it." Well, faster than you could say anything, I turned that thing up, and milk run out both sides of my mouth, and I just drank it. And it was good. It was warm. It was it was creamy.
I'm going to throw up over here.
Yeah, it was thick. And,
Is that like true buttermilk?
well, no. So Bart, he said, "Oh, whoa, you can't do that. That's super milk." His eyes got big. And, Bart,
Right.
he's big boy. He'd been drinking a lot of milk in his life.
It's super milk.
Yeah. So he never did pay me $1. And he's tried, but I said, "Listen, I don't want it. I want to hold it against you. It's just $1. I don't want it." So, but I'm going to bring it up every chance I get.
Yeah.
So, but the reason I asked what kind of milk guy you were, I didn't know if you were one of these almond milk or grape milk or silk milk or whatever, all that stuff.
Right. Vegan free and all that.
Yeah, I've never had goat milk.
No.
I've heard a lot of people about goat milk.
No.
I guess you can milk about anything. As far as, animal goes. I don't know, pigs, nobody ever talked about pig milk.
Pig milk. Pig milk.
Pig milk. I don't know.
Ain't that bacon grease?
It could be. But I'm a whole milk kind of guy.
Whole milk.
So I'll go ahead and roll right into, since I'm talking about biscuits, cows, I'll tell you another story.
Okay.
This one's a little different, a little longer, and I'll try to remember it. So he had to work, and it was calving season. It was November, December, something like that. I don't remember. He'd either bred these heifers or bought them bred. I can't remember. And I got up one morning and I had an old flatbed truck. I got a couple stories on that truck.
Right.
I got up and I went up there, and he was going to work, and I texted him, I said, "Hey, I'll check on the heifers." A couple of them had already calved, everything going good. I get up there, they're all gathered around, and it was a winter time because it later on it got cold and got to sleeting in the story, but it was about around that time of year. I went up there and I checked them. Had, let's just say, 10 cows. There were 10 cows, or there was I can't remember exactly. I won't tell the story right, but speeding forward, I went and checked them. Everything was good. I go to town, and while I'm going to town, it starts sleeting or raining or whatever. I get back. Nope. I say I've done screwed the story up. Let me go back. Sorry. I go up there for the first time, and I find a dead heifer.
Okay.
She was laying in the mud over about where the feeding takes place.
Okay.
And, she had prolapsed. And you know what prolapse means?
No.
Pretty much, you're having a calf and you're pushing, insides come out.
Gotcha.
Pretty much what happens. So I didn't see a calf. I figured the calf's still in there. She was dead, whatever. So I leave. I told him about it, called him, whatever. I leave and I go to town. Well, I come back and I find a calf. All the cows are on this end by the barn, and the dead one's up here, and we're going to have Bart come get it. And that's why I had to meet him, be back. And I find this calf staggering around there, covered in rainy sleet ice, plant walking around there in that mud. And I get the calf, take it to the barn, get it out of the wind. I went to my mama's and got a towel, one of her good bathroom taking house towels.
Oh, of course he did.
I brought it up there and I wiped that calf off as good as I could, try to get it dried up. And, it was still cold and wet. And so I had a Carhartt jacket on. I unzipped.
Was it like brand new too?
I don't remember.
Remember you telling me it was like brand new or something?
Okay. Well, it was a brand new Carhartt jacket, we'll say. I unzipped it. I remember it was brown. Wrapped it around that calf, and I put it there, laid him on the ground and stacked hay around it, just trying to get this thing with this little fella warmed up. And, you farmers, you probably, know exactly what I'm talking about. You got to try to save that thing. So I think Bart gets there. We load the cow up. He takes it home to dump it off. And I think at some point I tried taking that calf around to other cows to see if they'd claim it. And there was 10 animals there, 10 heifers there, and all the calves were accounted for. And I thought, that this one's got to belong to that dead heifer.
All right.
And ended up going up to Bart's just to double check, because how do you find out if that calf belongs inside that cow? You look inside that cow.
Right.
The best way to do it. And I got me dug around in that guts and whatnot, and
no calf.
No calf. It was nasty, but it was something needed to be done. So, obviously that calf belongs. So now we got to get the thing fed.
Right.
So you want to get that first colostrum in their belly. Best way to do that's what they call bagging.
Okay.
And it's just imagine a bottle or a bag of milk and with a little thing screwed on it with a funnel pretty much. You run it down its throat into its stomach and force feed it pretty much to try to save its life.
Right.
And I didn't do it. Bart done it or Biscuit done it. Somebody done it. The only thing I can figure, I forgot to tell this, was about 6 or 8 hours had passed since I found the dead animal and found the live calf. And I don't know how it lived that long. The only way I can figure is that calf sucked its mama while it was laying on the ground, dead or close to dead. That's what I claim happened.
Right.
I've heard of it.
How your hero.
Yeah, it could be. So that calf, we bottle fed it, raised it up, and kept it there at Biscuits for a while. And he ended up, we named it Carhartt because it flat out ruined that Carhartt jacket. I mean, that thing was disgusting. It stunk. I threw it away. He ended up selling that calf to a friend down the road. They kept it for a while.
Yeah.
But it never did grow right. A lot of times, sometimes the bottle calf won't grow right. It'll end up being shorter or it'll stun it. It'll be stunned.
Some say, is that what happened to you?
Well, I was overfed was my problem. I got a baby picture I could show you.
Yeah.
But, anyways, it was kind of stunning. It was always kind of short and it kind of filled out funny. It didn't fill out like it should have.
Yeah.
As far as thickening up. And he ended up selling it to that guy, and then he kept it a while, and he sold it to another guy, and ended up getting bred, and it turned out to be a good old cow.
That's good.
But,
all because you sacrificed the Carhartt jacket.
Yep, took probably $80 jacket, and
the best cowboy
one of Mama's towels.
But she's probably still looking for that towel.
Probably still looking for I think it was pink. It was pink or orange. I can remember it. I can see it like it was yesterday. But, but I've always liked messing with cows. I haven't, never had any use for horses. Rode a horse time or two. Got hurting. Ended up having to ride. We went on a ride one time with some friends, and I rode riding horses, and that's the first time I'd ever been on one, and I got to hurting bad. And they ended up getting a pillow somewhere and putting it in the hay. I got to sit on that pillow to ride back, and I told them, I said, I'll not be on another horse. Not for a long ride.
Right.
And I haven't. It's just not something I like doing.
But anyways, we're talking about Thanksgiving. How we go from
Was we talking about Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
How did we get on? We was talking about meal.
Yeah, and then you went
way off. Anyways, that's the point of this. Is stories.
So we talked about which we like. Now, let's talk about the things we don't like.
Oh, don't like. I don't know that I've ever eaten cranberries.
No.
The little cranberry patty looking.
Is that out of the can? Look like dog food?
Yeah, well, it's just
around
dark purple. Right. Yeah, I guess it's out of a can. They dump it out and then they slice it. And I don't even know what you do with it. I don't know how you eat it.
Yeah, it's like a Jell-O mode looking thing.
Yeah, but do you put it on a roll or
you eat it?
I don't know what.
But
what about beets? You ever eat beets?
No.
I like beets.
Beets.
Okay, so I don't like cranberries.
Don't like beets.
Well, I'm talking about Thanksgiving.
I'll tell you my number one. That's just nobody should ever cook or bring is deviled eggs.
You and me both. Now you don't like taste.
I don't like taste. I don't like the smell.
Hey, Ashley, the other night we was at the house and
all right,
she was in there. I heard her cracking these eggs. I heard her doing something, and
I think $1 boiled eggs, wasn't she?
She prefers boiled eggs.
Boiled. Okay.
Yeah, not boiled. Boiled. She prefers boiled. And I said, "What are you doing? Making boiled eggs?" I said, "Oh my goodness, why? Why stink the house up?"
Right.
And deviled eggs, they just don't look appetizing.
No, that little yellow.
Yeah, looks like potato salad or something in a egg. And I'm not a big potato salad man.
No.
But it's just something else we got in common.
Deviled eggs are a no, way no for me.
They'll throw a little paprika on there to give it a little, look more of a little richy. No, you might as well throw them things away. You're eating them.
I know.
But I don't like deviled eggs. See, that's why I didn't even bring it up. It's not even in my vocabulary as far as.
I know that's like people fight over that.
Yeah. Why? I don't know. I guess they don't have any. They don't have any flavor in their life.
Anything with the devil in it, I'm against.
There you go. Hadn't thought about it that way. I wonder why they call them deviled eggs.
Because they come from Satan.
I wonder what the real run. I don't know. If you know the real reason, drop us a comment on this thing. Well, if you can comment on podcast,
you can on Apple. You can comment.
Okay,
and on YouTube.
Well, YouTube, yeah. Y'all can comment on there.
Yeah, we're on all platforms.
Just about it. We're on Instagram, but I don't know how to work Instagram.
You got the TikTok.
I got TikTok. There's a couple clips on there. And
that YouTube clip, we hit over 500
views
within a day.
Yeah. So hopefully these people we'll get them coming in.
All right.
Shout out to Red Bull.
Red Bulls.
He's on the sugar-free watermelon,
sugar-free,
and I'm on the peach.
I had a new one the other day, and it tasted better. I don't know. It tastes like cotton candy.
Was that the vanilla ice?
Yeah, kind of like
berry,
whatever.
Ice vanilla berry.
Yeah,
I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, I had one from the dollar store in town. It may have been sitting there too long, but then I got one from the A&D where it's the world renowned every energy drink in there.
Yeah,
it's like one of those like Buc-ee's has the beef jerky wall.
Yeah,
A&D's got the.
I was in there this morning. Me and Daniel, we was going to work, and I said, "Hey, normally we go to S&T up there and get a sausage and biscuit. I don't like their biscuits, so I get a sausage."
That's another story.
What's that?
Where you told her you don't like her biscuits?
Yeah. Told her I didn't. I'm gonna tell them. Told her I didn't like her biscuits. There's biscuits in this county that are better than others.
All right.
I don't really particularly care for hers, and it ain't nothing against her. She don't make them. It's probably she orders them, but she gets them from Robinson's or wherever.
All right.
But probably the best biscuit in the county is at the Valero. Valero, or Daniel says Valero. The Valero, and out there at the end of Tennessee Ridge on 70, they've got their biscuits are just wonderful, and they got a little salt in them. And I told her that, and she said, "Well, I put salt in your biscuit.
I could add more salt for you."
I said, "No, so I get mine on a bun if I'm there."
Right.
Of course, she's got them big sausage patties.
All right.
Them big fours look like a hockey puck, but they're good.
Yeah.
But went to A&D this morning.
Okay.
And got me 2 biscuits and gravy with some sausage, and it was wonderful. Now their biscuits, they're big and fluffy. They're pretty good biscuit. But I don't eat a whole lot of their biscuits. What's that noise? Sound like a 4-wheeler going down the road.
It is a truck.
Side by side or something.
It sounded like interference at first. I was like, I don't know, something's
helicopter or airplane or something.
It's land.
But let us know what you think. You know, we want feedback. We want to know how we get feedback from people that in person, and I like that. But if we don't get to see you on a regular basis or at all,
let us know where you're watching from. If you're not from Liberty, Kentucky, let us know.
Yep,
you're from Russia.
Yeah,
let us know.
You're from Russia. I wanna be your pen pal or something. We wanna. Had a guy text me.
Okay.
Yesterday.
All right.
He had sent me a friend request on Facebook, and I didn't know him. We had some mutual friends. Sometimes I'll add them, sometimes I won't.
Right.
Then he messaged me, and, "Hey, nice to meet you. Hope you're having a good day." And I thought, this is a scam.
It
is what it is. Well, it turned out it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't?
No. And I got on his profile, and it said he went to Southland Christian Church, which is there's one in Lexington.
Danville?
Well, they got 5 campuses.
Oh, okay. Satellite churches.
Yeah. Or I guess, whatever that means. But I got a buddy that goes to the one in Lexington. So I texted him. I said, "You know this guy?" And he said, "No, I don't know him." And I said, "Well, he goes to Southland." He said, "Well, we got 5 campuses. I may not know everybody." Okay. Turns out this boy goes to the one in Danville.
Okay.
And he was just, I said, "Have we met?" And he said, "No, I don't think so." And he said, "I'm just, he said, I'm a Christian, and I'm just I don't have many friends. I've got a lot of fake friends, and I'm looking to make more Christian friends." And I said, "How you know I'm a Christian?" He said, by the stuff you shared on Facebook or put on Facebook. And I thought, well, hey, there right there shows you people pay attention. And I said, "Well, I'll be your friend." Said, "I'll be your friend." I said, "I got several friends, but I love making friends. What's one more?"
Right. He said, "Now."
So
Here's my bank account. Send me all your money.
But he's a real dude. Name's Connor.
Y'all just schedule a lunch date?
Well, I told him we might get together one of these days or meet up or something.
Public place.
Yeah.
Walmart parking lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did your moms ever tell you to not talk to strangers?
Well, probably.
No, Tanner's the one that we need to talk about.
Yeah, Tanner, he
We don't want to tell his
he
stories.
pick up strangers is his problem.
I can't wait to have him on here. He's got...
Well, Tanner, he said
okay.
December 16th through the 22nd, sometime in that.
We'll get him on here. And what we may do with him is, if he's available, we may record 2 or 3.
That way we'll call, do a story or 2, whatever, and then do another one, or a couple more stories. Because he's got...
Poor guy's got to work 8 days a week.
Yeah, I know what he's having at it.
So we talked about our favorite and our least, Thanksgiving's Thursday. Do you have any kind of a memory or story from Thanksgiving? Like, so when, say, the turkey's cut, you go in there, is there a piece, like, you gotta have? Like, are you a leg?
Oh, no.
Like,
See, normally it's all cut up. I mean, there's
dark meat.
I do like dark meat. What
about your gravy? Are you like a brown or are you white?
I'm a brown gravy on the potatoes and on the turkey.
And the dressing?
And in the dressing, yeah.
I just put it all over everything.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. I like corn and I like mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
But I even like taking my corn and put it on top of my mashed potatoes.
When I was a kid,
okay,
I had a weak stomach. Still got a weak stomach. If you start gagging right now, we're gonna puke because
that would go viral.
I'm going to school. If somebody threw up at school, I remember doing this, and I'll tell you because I don't mind making fun of myself.
All right.
I remember being in school and somebody gagging or throwing up or something, and I would cover my ears,
right,
close my eyes, and sing a song in my head. La 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 la.
And this man says that he's got a weak stomach, and he's got 3 kids.
Okay, so we'll get to that in a minute. We'll go back to Thanksgiving real quick.
Okay,
but remind me about that.
But so corn, you like corn on top mashed potatoes?
When I was a kid, it would make me sick.
Really?
To mix corn and mashed potatoes.
Really?
Like if they touched, I was out. Mom will tell you.
Like the
I don't know.
Texture?
I don't have a clue. It was just if they'd mixed, and I mean, if a kernel of corn got on my spoon of potatoes, I wouldn't eat it.
What about like green beans or something? That was fine?
I just know.
You couldn't
It
mix?
didn't mix. For whatever reason, it didn't mix.
Okay.
I didn't like it.
What about now?
Now, pile it on. I'll mix in the corn, it don't matter.
You remember that thing KFC tried to do? You just get a bowl, and it had mashed potatoes,
everything,
corn, all chicken, gravy. Oh,
like a salad.
Yes.
So, I've always had a weak stomach. I'd throw up to about anything.
Yeah.
Whether it be somebody passing gas or somebody gagging or whatever. Even like gutting a deer.
Yeah.
I'd gag,
but
now,
yeah,
don't bother me. And now having kids,
I think it like
you get better at it.
Yeah.
You get when
you have to.
Growing up, it just makes you sick. But when you get kids, when you have kids,
when you buy them at the store, when the store drops them off on your doorstep,
when you have kids, well, I'll tell you this: with Kaylee, she was, 18 months old when I come around. So,
right.
So there, I was in the dating phase. I didn't change diapers.
All right.
But now when we had Harper, actually, I'll tell you, I changed very few diapers because I had a poopy diaper. I couldn't do it. I'd gag. And she'd fuss. She'd say, you
got to learn.
You didn't change hardly any Harper's diapers or whatever. And she just didn't get it or didn't care. But
she thought you were faking.
Yeah. I tell a story, a little joke, like I had to stay home with Harper as a baby one time.
Yeah.
And and she had pooped.
Yeah.
And me and her, I stood at the door holding her, waiting for Ashley to come down the road.
Or I didn't call your mom.
Well, see, if you call somebody and tell somebody about it, then word gets back to her, and then you end up in trouble.
Yeah.
But with Luke, it don't bother me a bit.
Really?
For whatever reason, I can change. Now, if somebody goes throwing up, I'll probably gag a little. or I have threw up before.
That's you could be dead sleep and you just hear that.
Yeah.
You instantly wake
There's
up.
probably somebody going to watch this and get sick because of noises they make or thinking about it.
Right. Warning.
Yeah.
Caution. But
If you got morning sickness,
don't watch this.
you might be pregnant.
Right.
So,
I want to buy that powder that the janitors use.
Oh, that stuff stunk.
The magic powder. But it's nice, though. You just sprinkle it on there.
It'd be nice and sweep it up, but the smell of that stuff, you just knew what was underneath of it when you smelled that stuff.
Right. It's better than trying to get down there with paper towels. And
I can remember
all chunky.
I can remember Ashley.
Yeah.
When she gave birth to Luke and Harper. With Harper,
yeah,
I was sitting there kind of like,
right.
She's in the bed and I'm sitting there holding her hand and I got my head down.
Yeah.
They're saying push and there's nurses come running in and whatnot. And I'm just looking down. I didn't know what to do. I just didn't want to be in the way.
Right.
And that nurse, the doctor said, do you need that chair? And I said, I don't reckon. Wrong thing to say.
Yes.
She took that chair away from me. She said, all right, grab her shoulder and grab her leg and push them together. And then you're right here. It's all right there.
But I hate you for.
But it didn't bother me a bit.
Right.
Now, with Luke.
Yeah.
I got up there. I was ready to go. Don't know what it was, but when he come out, I gagged. I caught myself. I could have puked all over it.
That would.
Doctor, did you imagine? Now, my cousin Jake.
Yeah.
Jake's first baby, which is a couple months younger than Harper.
Okay.
She was born September. He's born in November. His name Marshall. Big boy.
Okay.
He gonna be a big boy. He'll be a Bart.
Okay.
But Jake, he passed out while his wife was giving birth.
I've heard that happen.
Could you imagine? You got this, honey. And
all the doctors go to them, take the tension away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'll tell you this, since we're on doctors, real quick.
Okay.
When I was a kid, we've got stairs at Mom and Dad's house. Old wooden staircase. You seen it?
Yeah.
Mine and my brother's room was upstairs.
Yeah.
Once we got up old enough. Well, it used to be carpet on them steps. Well, for whatever reason, Dad took it off and redone them or whatever, just left it wood. Well, me and my brother's in there playing one day in that room where the stairs come down, and I had a big old quilt thrown over my head, and I was, of course, couldn't see nothing. We was doing who knows what we was doing.
Right, your voice.
Yeah. Well, I come swinging around, and I come down, my head come down on that edge.
Oh,
right there. Right here on my right eyebrow, split her wide open.
Yeah.
Never bled. Never really bled.
That's crazy.
But, which there's not a lot there, there ain't no fat or meat, it's just bone. Well, it busted it open. And I don't remember what all happened after that, but we got in the car, we're headed to Danville.
Okay.
And going to the ER, gotta go get stitches.
All right.
Mom had a wet rag on me all the way up there, Dad's driving, Tanner, I guess he was there, I don't remember. We get there, I can remember laying in a bed. There's other people wandering around. I don't know if we're not in a room. We're on the floor.
Okay.
And they gonna have to numb it in order to stitch it up. Mom sitting there holding my hand. I'm probably crying like a little girl because I can't do pain. Never could. And Dad is walking around me.
He's investigating.
He's ready to go. Ready to go home probably.
All right.
And the way it was told is when they put that needle in there to numb.
He passed out?
No. It's a little bit of blood squirted out. Mom passed out. She's sitting there holding my hand. My whole life is in her hands. And I look and then here she goes. Well, Dad, he said, I was walking around and I turned and she just smacked the floor. Well, here come the nurses and whatnot, had to tend to her.
Right.
But,
he's thinking another doctor bill. That's your dad's thinking.
Here we go. Another bill.
2 for 1 special.
Heard the other day about this guy. That was the end of that story, by the way. Heard the other day about this guy on the news or somewhere. Might have been on the radio. It was some talk show I was listening to, and they, how they'll do a little topic like whatever, funny stories or whatever. And they said to add insult to injury is how they titled this. This guy was on a bicycle somewhere in the United States, I'm assuming, on a bicycle. And as he's riding his bicycle, he got hit by an ambulance that was either going to a call or whatever. Anyways, he got hit by an ambulance. Well, the ambulance, the EMS people, the EMTs, they get out and they check him out, blah, 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 blah. And they said, well, let's take you, we'll take you to the hospital and get you checked out. So they put him in the ambulance. They drive him, and he gets, I don't know if he had anything wrong with him or not.
All right.
But to add insult to injury, he got a bill in the mail for the ambulance ride for like $2,000.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they hit him.
And someone put him in there.
Yeah. It was, I think he was maybe either suing them or something.
You know, the guy up in Louisville, what's his name? They call him the heavy hitter, that attorney law. Daryl Isaacs.
Yeah.
Injury law.
Maybe he'll sponsor us.
No, you know what happened? Somebody on River Road was driving a car, and he was on a bicycle.
Mm-hmm.
Out of all people to hit on a bike, they hit that guy.
Daryl Isaacs was on the bicycle.
It's somebody hit him.
Oh, boy.
Right. Out of all the people you can hit in Louisville,
yeah,
you hit the heavy hitter.
Yeah. You couldn't hit
you
couldn't hit the homeless guy that ain't got $1 to his name.
Right. You hit the number one.
The guy who's capable of taking your life, taking everything you got.
And Josh Edwards was not driving the car. Because that's like your car wash story, buddy.
Is it?
Yeah.
I tell you what, that's what time we at here?
We're at 1 hour.
1 hour. Well,
my feet are cold.
Well, I got these cowboy boots on. You got hay dug on. You want to be good and warm.
No,
I tell you what, you should have wore Crocs and socks.
All right.
You'd have been good to go.
All right.
Well, we can wrap it up.
We'll wrap it up.
I've give a story or two.
Let's end with a verse.
End with a verse?
End with a verse.
I get to say bye first.
You can.
Once again, thank y'all for tuning in. We'll try to get another one going next week.
Yeah.
We'll add some clips and we'll do some, I'll update TikTok, YouTube, stuff like that. And,
we'll try to break down these stories so you can find them easier.
Yeah. We'll label it a little different maybe or title it maybe a little different with the heading of a story or something. I don't know. We'll see. But, thanks again.
Yeah.
We'll get back on here next week, and I'm just rambling now because I can't remember what I want to say. But go ahead and end with your verse.
Since it's Thanksgiving, let me grab my trusty notepad here.
This is his. He laid that thing down there, and he said, I made some notes, and I looked at it, and it's an iPad with handwriting on it, and I thought, why didn't you just use a piece of paper and a pen instead of an iPad and a pen? I don't know, it's high tech.
All right, it's right there. It charges.
Well,
there we go. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 18. And everything give thanks, for this is the will of God and Christ Jesus concerning you. Thanksgiving's coming up Thursday, and everything give thanks.
That's right.
That's the good time. That's the bad time, the sad time, and the hard time, and everything.
Did you make that up?
No, I should write that down.
You ought to write that down.
Because I'll forget it in a little bit. It's recorded, though.
There you go. But good piece of advice there. If you don't give thanks, you need to.
Yeah.
Go this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whenever y'all having dinners.
Yeah.
Go have a good time. Be with your family.
Yep.
And thank the good Lord that we're able to do it.
Yeah.
And that we don't. I lost my.
Take it for granted.
Take it for granted. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. Show gratitude, right?
Gratitude. Grateful.
Yep. Gratefulness. Yeah. I've been preaching through Thanksgiving for the last 5 weeks, and I'm kind of looking forward to the next Sunday. We start looking at Christmas.
Yep. We tried to sing Joy to the World the other day.
And it wasn't too joyful.
We got to practice on our.
Hey,
I've never liked Christmas.
They're hard.
Because they're hard.
They're hard. If you never played an instrument, most musicians don't like playing Christmas songs. There's weird keys and just different the way the tune goes.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you got a guy who changes 5 keys on you in one course,
that's me.
That's that Timu special, buddy.
Yeah. I'm going to get a little. We should get a little.
Hey, for Christmas, I'm going to get you a hat that says Timu Song Leader.
Timu Song Leader. Yeah.
We'll work on some merch for you. I got a design.
Yeah.
Remember I sent you earlier?
Yeah, I remember.
So
I'll vocalize this real quick. I've got a little saying, and I don't say it to everybody because it could be very offensive depending on who you say it to.
Yeah.
And I like to cut up. I like to pick on people. If I ain't picking on you, I probably don't like you.
You're right. So if I don't dig it, and Josh is like, man, he's quiet around.
I'm either being respectful or I don't like you. But, Will, I'll tell you this. I was there leaving a couple of days ago from Brian. We were going to lunch. Brian Shack was there.
Okay.
And there was a guy, Joey, can't remember his last name. Anyways, he was that same guy that was.
Oh, okay.
Well, as I'm driving away, I waved, see Brian, and Joey threw his hand up, and I just stopped the truck and I looked at him, and he come walking over, and I said, Joey, what are you waving at? I wasn't waving at you.
Right.
You know, don't really know the guy. I've only really met him twice, but
right.
I'll throw a jab in there if I can
to see how you react.
Yeah, and if he gets mad, it's only gonna get worse.
Right.
We're gonna lay it on harder. He's just gonna have to
suck it up.
But my word, I say a lot of times I'll say, hello, pig.
All right.
So I don't know where I got that. I think it originated from the movie Babe,
right,
when the old man said, that'll do, pig, that'll do. And I started saying that,
right,
just a saying. And then I got to buddies of mine, I'd say, hello, pig. What are you doing, pig?
Right.
Like me and Biscuit, he'll text me, what are you doing, little pig?
All right.
And it's just a funny little saying. So we might get a shirt or a hat made that says, hello, pig.
All right.
It's better if you say it in a deep voice. Hello, pig.
All right.
So anyways, who knows? Hey, if you want to buy a hat, let us know.
Yeah, we'll get some out
We're
there.
gonna get her home.
Shopify.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's like a online. We'll put out designs and people can order and it ships to their house.
Hot dog. What do you think of next?
And we make money off of it.
Yeah. All right. Well,
all right. Well, we're gonna be that. Like us on. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook.
And YouTube.
Rooted in Liberty.
Rooted in Liberty. Rooting like a pig.
Right. And we got an email address. If you want to email us a story, we could try to read it.
What's the email address?
It's rooted, the letter N, Liberty, at gmail.com.
Rooted in Liberty, gmail.com. Now, if you look us up, it's rooted IN Liberty.
That was taken, so.
Okay. Yeah. So
if you have these people who own that kids the email saying, I got a story to tell you.
Yeah.
But anyways, make sure you like, share, comment. On Apple, you can review us, leave us a review.
Yeah.
5-star review helps us out. It helps us get it out there. And maybe we'll get some more people from Russia. Who knows? Worldwide.
I'm about to learn a Russian word just so I can look at you and say it. I'm going to learn pig in Russian.
Pig.
Hello, pig in Russian.
Right. And then say hello. And then,
yeah.
All right. Oh, I'm frozen.
Yeah. I'm going to leave you with a not so wise man once said.
Okay.
Lots of love to you and yours. Adios.
Have a good Thanksgiving.